Welcome, race fans. Tonight we're at Iowa with GAC Racing League for 85 laps. This is going to be an exciting race. I know it. These guys do know how to get around this place, and I assure you it's going to be a great race. So stay tuned here, folks. We're going to watch them as they're having a couple pit parties here, getting things wound up. So make sure you got something to drink and something to snack on. You're ready for the race here. This is going to be interesting.
All right, Rudy. That was fun. I partook in their little pit party there. Got caught up in that accident there. I took it 3 wide and they sandwiched me.
Whoops.
Yeah, oh well.
Well, it looked like you were pretty fast out there, Scott. How's the track feeling for you tonight?
Feels pretty good. I was overdriving the car big time. Track's bumpy as hell in this car. If you don't get the braking right, you're going to slide up the track, possibly get into some people. So hopefully we don't have a lot of cautions here tonight.
Yeah.
But it feels drivable. It's definitely not something that they should have any problems with as far as spinning out a lot or anything like that, being on rails.
Right.
Very stable.
I don't know. I've done about all I can do here with just every once in a while it wants to drop frames, and every once in a while it's putting a little skip in it. Could be something with the internet. I don't know. I'm not even going to worry about it.
It's out of your hands.
Yep. Well, top 5 looking pretty good out there. Tony Gray, Rolando, Gary Shank, Kernan Church. Those are some of the top drivers in there, and Tony Gray's been just like on a rail lately. Kernan Church with an absolutely amazing race last week, and having problems there toward the end, but man, he did some awesome racing last week. That was amazing.
Oh, hopefully we got a good field here tonight, Rudy. A lot of good times, a lot of fast guys. This should be a good race, man.
Yeah, it should be.
There should be some action in this race. Hopefully not crashing.
Yeah. Well, we're about 2.5 minutes away here, folks, and when we get close here, we're going to play our national anthem to kick things off, get the guys going here, get a little excitement into the guys, get them pumped up, ready to put out 85 laps here tonight at Iowa in the Xfinity cars. So, should be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Everybody must be having a driver's meeting right now or something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about getting things going here again, and just a few problems yet, and I don't know what all they are, but I'm getting it there and figuring it out, and slowly but surely we're going to be back to what we were before, and hopefully better. That's what I'm really hoping for.
It'll eventually work itself out, Rudy. It's computers for you, man.
Yeah.
And the internet.
It's all computer all the way, so.
I'll tell you what, man. Tony Gray is fast with that 23.420, man.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to compete with tonight.
If he can turn those, well, he's not going to turn those kind of laps consistently, but if he can turn the fastest laps like that consistently, yeah, he's going to drive away from him.
Yeah, Rolando right there, boy, pretty close. So Gary Shank and Kernan Church turning almost identical times.
Yeah, I was out there running with Kernan. He's pretty quick around here. Then we got in that racing with the pack, and he wasn't he wasn't doing as well being on the bottom there. I think he was getting on it a little too much and not getting any traction down there. That's what it seemed like. I was behind him. All right, here we go for qualifying, Rudy.
All right, I'm going to cut away here for a minute, and we'll be right back.
Guys.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Okay, Scott, we're back.
Right on. I'm just looking at the times here, and Rolando Rojo went out there and took pole with a 4:29.
Very nice.
And the man that was fastest in practice is sitting sixth after qualifying, Rudy.
Ooh. Didn't
Not a
happen.
good qualifying run.
No, that's kind of disappointing there after being so good in practice. Wow.
0.6 of a second slower, almost. Right now, Kernan Church up second. Tom Clayton sits third. Lynn McNeese is fourth. Michael Palmer's fifth. Tony Gray, as we mentioned, sixth. Marcus McFadden is seventh. Mark McFadden is eighth. Gary Shank is ninth. And rounding out the top 10 here in qualifying is Robert Sharp.
Man, that's pretty awesome. Good laps by these guys. Wow.
And a couple burners up in the front row. Got about 2 minutes left here in qualifying, Rudy. You excited about the Indy 500 this Sunday?
This Sunday?
Yes, sir. This coming Sunday. 99th running.
I don't even know if I'll even watch it. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Oh, I might because what the NASCAR race is on Saturday night.
No, it'll be on after the Indy race. It'll be Sunday.
Oh, I thought it was on.
It's always on after Indy.
No, it's a Coke.
Because people usually do.
It's a Coke 600.
Yeah.
It's on Saturday night.
They're doing it on Saturday this year?
I'm pretty sure. You could probably check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's. I thought
Tradition is it's
before.
always.
Oh.
Tradition's always been they run it after Indy.
Maybe it is. Maybe you're right.
Because Kurt Busch did the double last year. There's been a lot of people that have done the double. Tony Stewart used to do it.
Yep.
John Andretti.
Quite a few guys in there tonight. Looks like John Stanley did not take a time. Billy Rodenbarger, Terry Walters, and Jeffrey Coaches did not take a time.
Well, they all run. We'll have 22 total.
There's a couple of folks in chat. Hey there, Grant Sim Racing. Marissa. Couple shout outs here. Some of our faithful followers: Cameron, Diane, Sharon, Leanna, Dylan, Pat, Logan, Dan, and Steve Hurst. So shout out to them. All right, looks like that's going to wrap up qualifying. We're going to get down here trackside in just a second.
For all you New York Ranger fans out there, they just tied the Tampa Bay Lightning at 1.
All right, let's run on through the grid here. Rolando Arroyo in the top spot with a 23.429. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Kernan Church in second. Tom Clayton in third. Len McNeese fourth. Michael Palmer fifth. Tony Gray with a bad qualifying time. Way off of the pace, but starting sixth place. Marcus McFadden in seventh, and Mark McFadden, good to see Mark back, in eighth place. Gary Shank ninth, Robert Sharp 10th, Dwayne LaPrade in 11th, Terry Bellinger 12th, John Estes 13th, Vincent Benny in 14th, Michael Palmer 15th, Chuck Shaw 16th, Don Steve 17th, Timothy Kelleher, last one to qualify, starting 18th. Skip over a couple of drivers there. Terry Walters in 21st, Jeffrey Coaches in 22nd, John Stanley in 23rd, and Billy Rodenbarger rounding out the field if he does take the grid.
Now, Rudy, coming into tonight's race, Tom Clayton is your points leader with 218 points. Of all people, Terry Belanger, shockingly, in second place with 179 points. And David Gainforth is in third with 178. Vincent Vinny's in fourth, and Lynn McNeese is in fifth. Those are your top 5 in the points.
Man, awesome.
Shocking to see Belanger up there.
Well, he's been running really good lately. Man, he has just like come alive this latter part of this season.
Yes, sir. He's like a dark horse in this thing.
I'm telling you.
Well, it's always good to see somebody you weren't expecting to be up there in the hunt. It always makes for good drama.
Oh, for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, we like to see that, well, as you put, a dark horse, to come from the back and be up there like that. That's pretty awesome, He's had troubles in the past couple seasons, and this season really being running that well, that's pretty amazing. That's come up through the field a long ways.
Yes, sir. And that's a hell of an improvement from last season.
Well, get them going here, buddy. I think they got one more lap.
Yeah, one more to go. I'm excited too, Rudy. Oh, we got 85 laps around this joint tonight, Rudy. This should go by pretty quickly if we don't have a lot of cautions.
Yeah, I don't look for a lot either because these guys, well, I'll tell you what, by the looks of it in them pit parties and stuff, it looks like they got their racing down pat here and ready to run a good, clean race tonight.
You're right about that. It was a pretty good pit party. And this is a multi-groove track, so you will see some racing here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And just so you know, Rudy, they're only running 9 gallons of fuel. It's 48% fuel tonight, so we'll see how that plays into effect. Maybe see some green flag stops tonight.
I'll tell you, Vincent, he likes to throw some clinkers in there once in a while, don't he?
It makes for good racing. Here we go. Pace car is off, Rudy. Sorry to cut you off there, buddy.
Oh, you're all right.
And the green flag's out, and we're racing at Iowa for GAC here in their 6th race of the season as we start the second half of the season. Looks like everybody's got off to a pretty good start there, Rudy.
Yeah, not bad. Rolando jumping right out to a pretty good lead, but I'll tell you what, old Kernan, he ain't letting him get out there too awful far. Oh, Kernan a little loose.
Yeah, another guy behind him, a couple cars back, slinging up near that wall, but keeping it out of it. You're going to see that tonight.
Yeah, Tom Clayton in fourth, and Tony Gray up to fifth. Picked off one position already since that start.
Yeah, Tony had a bad qualifying lap, but if he was running consistently like he was in practice, he'll have no problems here under green flag.
Mark McFadden in sixth place after starting eighth, so he's moved up a couple. Michael Palmer seventh. Michael pacing himself here to drop back a couple of positions, but doing all right. He's up there on the high side. Maybe he's looking for a good groove up there. Seems like he's getting a good run coming out of the turn, so that's good.
Yeah, our leader was just up there running that high side. Now they've switched. The leader's on the bottom, and Kernan Church is up on the high side.
Yeah, everybody's searching that track for a little bit of bite. Go back in the field here a little ways. Jeffrey Coaches started 22nd, up to 17th. John Estes goes by Timothy Kelleher, and Kelleher back to 16th.
And Rudy, we got a change for the lead up front at the 16. Slipped just a little bit. The 22 got by.
Very good. That's not
we
really
got a caution.
Not really a big surprise. Yeah, let's go back and see. Oh, it was right there. Don Steves wasn't the first one, though, but let's go back and see this. Find my cameras. Wow. Trying to find my cameras. It was actually a car behind him that spun first. Don Steves, oh, he gets hit by Marcus McFadden. That's what happened. Marcus spun around and he got into Don Steves. So, first caution on lap 6. Back up 5.
It looked like that was an out of 4.
Yep. So, first caution already. Kernan Church in the lead. And it looks like, boy, him and Rolando staying out. Pretty much everybody else coming down pit road.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, quite a few of them coming down. I don't know about staying out, but well, they only got 6 laps on the tires, you know, and you know how new tires are. They're not quite as grippy as older ones, so. But them guys may be counting on some more cautions.
Yeah, you know, some of the guys behind him did stop. Not everybody came in, did they?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, it looks like Michael Palmer, Gary Shank, Dwayne LaPrade stayed out. Vincent Benny, Chuck Shaw, these guys all stayed out. Michael Campbell stayed out. Jeffrey Coaches. But from there on back, the top 9 stayed out, but Len McNeese, first one to come off a pit road in 10th spot.
So they'll wind up eating up new tires just trying to get by all this traffic.
Yeah, that's for sure. So I don't know.
The leaders will just be out cruising.
Yeah, maybe it was a good call, you know, staying out only with 6 laps on them. Might not have been too bad of a call.
Well, it's probably going to turn out to be a great call because they had so many guys behind them stay out with them. So, little protection for the top 2 guys. That's where the whole, you know, by the time those guys with fresh tires get to the leaders, they will have already eaten up those fresh tires. It'll be just about equal, depending on who can save their tires and who can't. Because this place is definitely going to be hard on tires tonight.
Yes. That concrete surface. It loves tires. It gets a little hungry throughout the race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should have about one more lap, I believe, and they'll get the 1 to go.
That's a good time to mention our sponsor, the Sim Garage there, Rudy.
Yeah, I don't have the graphic put up, but I keep forgetting to put that thing on there. But yeah, simgarage.com. Check them out, folks. Custom built button boxes. If you need a button box, he is getting into some other stuff though, some software and all kinds of sim stuff. So check them out at simgarage.com. And thanks to Steve very much.
Everything's built custom, so whatever it is you're looking for, he can build it for you. I got one of those button boxes myself, Rudy, and I'm going to say it's of high, fine quality.
Yeah, I've got one too. I've yet to use it that much, but because I don't race much. I'm usually broadcasting.
You can't use it for your broadcast?
No, with IRTVO being able to use the camera buttons, it wouldn't do me any good.
Right on.
So,
But you get us going this time, Rudy. It's your turn.
Roger that. Well, Kernan Church deciding to start on the high side. That is his option to do that. Rolando going to be starting on the low side, so let's see. Probably a little better grip up there, don't you think, Scott?
Well, there is and there isn't. You get some speed up there, but you actually lose distance on the track at times. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. This is a weird track in that way.
All right, pace car is in. Kernan Church waiting and waiting. Green, green, green. Boy, Rolando with a good start, but Kernan pulling away. Look at that. RPM's up there. Good start by these guys. Gary Shank on the high side gets that third spot easily. Dwayne LaPrade now getting passed up by Michael Palmer. Michael on the inside of Dwayne takes over that position easily.
And here comes Vincent Vinny back there in sixth, Rudy.
Yes, sir. Michael Campbell seventh, and it looks like Chuck Shaw now in eighth. Len McNeese ninth. Len was the first one that did pit. Let's see what them new tires can do for Len. Boy, it looks like a chess match behind them, don't it? Man, I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
They're trying to pick off different lines by every driver. You can see all the different lines. And boy,
From
Tony,
Vincent Vinny.
go ahead.
I was going to say from Vincent Vinny back, man, it looks like rush hour.
Tony
Guys
Gray,
are just all over each other.
Yeah, Tony Gray, man, I'll tell you what, he slipped there one time and almost got into Mark McFadden.
We got guys passing guys left and right, all the way back here through mid-pack back, Rudy.
Yeah, this is these guys really, some of them are really shooting the gap here. Oh, Tony Gray comes right up on Mark McFadden. But boy, the guys are passing on that outside like, man, crazy up there.
Well, 92 did all his work on the bottom. He's worked his way up to sixth, and he's bringing Tom Clayton with him, and the 84 is right behind him. Vincent Vinny gets down on that bottom, tired of getting freight trained on the top. You got a spinner, that's Belanger.
Yeah.
And he spins it. He's in the grass.
No caution.
No caution.
I seen that happen. It looked like he caught the yellow line there. And, man, I'll tell you, you don't want to catch that yellow line in the turns. It will spin you pretty easily.
We stay caution free, Rudy. He got it all cleaned up. He's still going again, so we stay caution free here at Iowa.
Back off a pit road, and the leader goes by Terry to put him one lap down.
Tough break for the man in second place in the point standings.
Looking back to Rolando, 0.8 of a second behind him. Gary Shank in third, Dwayne LaPrade fourth, and Michael Palmer fifth. There's some good racing. Man.
Behind fifth is them guys with the fresh tires. They're coming, Rudy. Fresher tires. They're not fresh anymore.
Yeah, Tom Clayton working his way back up into the 7th spot after starting 3rd today. But he's got Len McNeese there. Len with 4 fresh tires on it. And, well, him and Tom Clayton both had 4 fresh tires. But Michael Campbell, one of the guys that stayed out, he's doing pretty good there, holding them 2 off.
Yeah, he is so far. Back behind them, we got a whole gaggle of traffic back here, Rudy.
Oh, man, I guess so. It's a party back here.
Yes, sir. Positions to be had everywhere. About 8 cars back here. 8 or 9.
Oh, man. Vincent Benny gets stuck in the middle right there.
Yeah, he's just getting freight trained right now.
Yeah,
falling back.
And he's one of the guys that did not pit, so maybe he'd be better off up on that high side, but he just can't get up there right now. And now maybe he can. Tony Gray gets by him. He's moved up just a little, but not much. He's continuously getting freight trained on the outside. Gone back to the 15th spot.
And they feeling them older tires.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Gary Shank in 3rd place. He comes up on the lap car of Terry Bellinger. Terry did stop on pit road. I think he, I'm not sure if he took any tires or not, but he did stop on pit road.
Kernan Church has opened his lead up to 2.4 seconds, Rudy, and starting to pull away.
Yeah, he's
we got a caution.
He's going to be fast again this week.
Just as I say that, and a caution comes out, our second of the evening.
Oh, yep. There it is. Jeffrey Coaches spinning right in front. It looked like Mark McFadden may have got into the back of him, so let's go take a look at this close up. Mark McFadden just, I think, coming out of turn 2, just drove it in there just a little too hard. Wiggled, come up the hill, and a little bit of net coating, but I think he was a little bit loose going into the turn. Mark just, finished helping him along right there.
Everybody else did a great job of staying out of that, and really not a whole lot of harm caused from that.
Right. Well, leaders all bringing them all down pit road now.
Can't say that I blame them.
Few guys staying out, but probably some guys that pitted.
For Mr. Fieldgoods, please.
Yes, sir. It looks like Chuck Shaw will be our leader. He stays out. One of the guys that stayed out. Looked like Vincent Vinny stayed out.
If you don't mind, give me a bottle of water so I can throw it out on the tractor if I need a caution.
There you go. You can't do that, I'll rip a piece of the foam out of there and throw it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'll throw something out the window.
Chuck Shaw staying out in the Logitech car. And Vincent Benny going to be out there in second. Those two still have not pitted yet. 26 laps into this. I'm wondering if, okay, they are coming down pit road. I was going to say, I wasn't too sure if that was going to be a good call or not, because with the shortened fuel load.
I was just about to say, if Vincent didn't learn his lesson the first time, he's about to here in a minute.
That gives the lead up to Marcus McFadden. And he will be scored as leading that lap, so that's pretty cool. Driving the PSR TV car. What?
Has he pitted?
He did on the earlier pit stop.
Okay, wow.
So, but that
worked out for Marcus.
That was like lap 7 or 8, so he's got about 20 laps on them tires now.
Not to mention a lighter fuel load, so he's going to be off sequence from these boys, but he will need a couple laps. I have not seen him race here before, so I think this is his debut, Rudy.
Yeah, well, he was Mark McFadden 2, Don't you
Oh,
remember?
okay, okay.
Remember him? Well,
Yes,
I
sir.
think he had him change it to Marcus McFadden. That way you can distinguish between him and the real Mark McFadden.
Right on. Okay.
So,
Did not know that. So now
yeah,
I know who that is. So really, we got two Mark McFaddens in the race.
exactly. Yep.
Right
It's
on.
kind of cool to have two of them in the same league. Now, this Marcus McFadden runs in another league that I broadcast for, and I can't remember who it is. I'm thinking it might be, yeah, Mach Speed, I think. I think he's in Mach Speed Racing. He just joined recently, and well, they got 53 to go right now, so they did wind down a few laps there.
Yeah, Rudy, after tonight, these boys aren't going to be racing next Monday night, as next Monday is Memorial Day, and they'll be taking the week off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about the holiday coming up. Yeah, yeah. I think we're off next week too. Tuesday.
Oh, right on. So I really won't miss anything then, huh?
Nope.
Good deal. Everybody's going to be off, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, we got big race coming up tomorrow night, Daytona.
Yeah, I'm still debating if I'm going to run or not. It's my last night before I go up to Indy, so I'm still debating it. But when these boys come back, Rudy, it's going to be off to Talladega for 70 laps on June
boy.
1st.
Oh boy, that's always good.
Yes, sir.
It's anybody.
Yeah, good way to
Yep.
Go ahead.
Anybody shooting match then.
That's a good way to return from break. Give them all a race that everybody can win.
That's right.
Well, here we go. Mark McFadden's going to bring us down to the stripe here, and we're going to get racing again. Kernan Church going to be looking to get his lead back quick, Rudy.
Well, he's got them 4 fresh tires over Marcus. Let's see what he can do with them.
Hopefully Marcus don't spin the tires here.
Green is out. Here we go. Marcus stayed way down low.
Yeah, he did.
He's got the line right here, so let's see who's going to get that. Oh, yeah, he gets that easily coming out of the turn, and Dwayne LaPrade follows right along with him.
So does the Rolando Rojo, and here comes Tom Clayton and the whole field.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Marcus is just going to get freight trained down there on that low side. And I think
he did, too.
I think he just did that to stay out, to get that valuable point for leading the lap. You know, that's a good call. And he's not causing any problems by doing that. He just stayed out there, and he's falling back through the field already back to... Wow. He is clear back to 20th place already. Wow.
Hey, he dropped like a rock in the ocean.
He sure did.
Rolando Rojo has made his way back up to second place, although Dwayne LaPrade's looking now on the bottom, trying to get back up to second. Tom Clayton's trailing him right behind there in fourth.
Yeah, Dwayne working that bottom side, and I don't know, boy. Sometimes I just don't think that bottom side is where the grip's at. Yeah, and here comes Tom Clayton.
It just depends on how you go into that bottom side, Rudy. If you arc it in high and come out on the bottom, coming out of the corner, you'll find some traction there. You just got to do it right.
Yeah, Tom Clayton couldn't make that pass on LaPrade that time, so.
And Michael Campbell is back here battling with Gary Shank for fifth position.
Oh, yeah, Gary Shank. Okay, I was on the wrong one. Sorry.
Michael Palmer is running in seventh. Tony Gray. And we got another caution. Third of the evening.
Oh, Timothy Kelleher going around and getting hit by a couple other drivers, too. John Estes and Marcus McFadden all involved in that. So let's go see what happened here.
Tough break for Marcus. He's got that last restart as the leader, and now he's going to have some damage and headed to pit road all beat up.
Oh, looks like John Estes, I'm sorry. John Estes gets into the side of Timothy Kelleher right there. Let's check this out from a different view.
Marcus had nowhere to go. He just ran into the 72.
Yeah, boy, John Estes just, man, he just really got into the side of Mark, or Timothy Kelleher right there. And then when John Estes swung down, it looked like, yeah, he just had nowhere to go, and Marcus gets into the side of him. Man, unfortunate for these guys, and I do believe they have one reset, though, don't they? Scott? Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I had to step away for a minute.
Oh, I believe they have one reset, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good news for them guys, and they'll be able to at least get in and off pit road and get their car fixed up. So I'm showing Len
Rudy, give me-
McNeese way back. Huh?
Give me just 1 second. I got to step away for a second. Hold on.
Yep. Looks like Len McNeese way back in the field. Let's see. Moving up here, I don't know. He must have. Okay, he must have got caught back there. Had to stop for a second or whatever, but we'll be back up into 16th. Mark McFadden in
back.
9th, Tony Gray 8th, Michael Palmer 7th, Gary Shank 6th, Michael Campbell in 5th, Tom Clayton moving up from the going back in the field after the start and now moving back up through. Dwayne LaPrade in 3rd after starting 11th. Rolando in 2nd was our pole sitter, and Kernan Church our leader.
Well, how about the biggest mover of the race so far, Rudy? Michael Campbell, who started 15th, and he's up sitting in 5th place right now.
Yeah,
Great run.
That's pretty good. Well, we're almost at the halfway mark. Not too many more laps to go here, about another 11 laps, and we'll be at the halfway mark. So, boy, already quick race for these guys.
Yes, sir, flying by. I told them if they kept it down on the cautions, it'd be about 50 minutes, and we still might even hit that 50-minute mark, even with these cautions.
Well, if a caution comes out again, we will get down there and talk to a driver and see how they're doing.
Yeah, we haven't done that tonight. We were even talking about doing that. We haven't done it.
Yep. That's what I mean. We get to talking, and it just kind of slips my mind sometimes. So.
That's old age for you, Rudy.
Yes, sir.
I'm just picking on you.
I am getting old. Alright, so let's see what, now these guys, Kernan Church has only stopped once, and that was on that last caution. So he's got about, I'd say about 11 laps on them tires right now. Only about maybe 5 or 6 green flag laps, so let's see what he can do up there. Rolando, he's been on pit road twice, so let's see what he's got for Kernan. I don't know. I don't think anybody's got anything for Kernan tonight.
Yeah, he's pretty fast out there. Although Tony Gray was pretty fast in practice, so if he can work his way back to the front, maybe he might have something for him. He was running the same kind of times. He's just got to get there. He's currently slotted back there in the 8th position.
All right, lights are off on the pace car. There should be doubling up here any second, and we're ready to go back green flag racing here, folks.
We're going to have 46 laps to go, Rudy. Get us going, buddy.
Roger that. All right, pace car's in. Kernan Church waiting on that green flag. Rolando itching to go, and green is out. Here we go. Good start by Tom Clayton on that outside. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much with Rolando as they go side by side. Rolando. Oh, Clayton off the pace.
Right into the wall.
I can't even.
The 13 got into him just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny little tap. That's all it took.
watch us again.
Karen Church maintains the lead by about a half a second over the 16 of Rolando Rojo. Michael Campbell's running third now.
Well, just not a hard lick in the wall, but definitely going to be off the pace as no caution come out on that. But Tom's going to be back in
positions.
Yeah, back in 20th place. Man.
That's your points leader, ladies and gentlemen. Just crashed.
Michael Campbell back in third. Gary Shank fourth. And we got a battle here between Tony Gray and
Dwayne
LaPrade, yeah. And it looks like Tony Gray may have him but at the line. But, boy, LaPrade's really strong on that high side. It looks like he's going to get back by Tony Gray. Tony's going to have to duck back in behind him. Well, that's the difference between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So definitely the high line seems to be the fast line coming out of 2. But I think the low line might be faster coming out of 3 and 4.
Well, you want to be on the bottom side coming out and sweep up towards the wall to get the most momentum.
Right. Gary Shank a little off pace right there. And that let Dwayne LaPrade close right up. These guys all battling back here about 3 seconds behind the leader. Closest one to the leader is Rolando Arroyo. And he's still 3/4 of a second behind him. Mark McFadden back in 8th. Boy, the battles going on back here are really horrendous. Don Steves finally moving up through. Started 17th today and in 10th. Terry Bellinger.
Right in front of him.
Sorry.
I was just going to say right in front of him is the 63 of Gary Coaches. And he's looking underneath the 48. Keeps taking peeks.
So Terry Bellinger back on the lead lap now after getting a lap down from that really close call earlier. The only one we got off of the pace is Marcus McFadden. He is 1 lap down. And it doesn't look like...
That's not too bad for halfway.
Yeah, don't look like his car's really up to speed right now, like it was at the earlier part of the race.
Ooh, and the 63 sideways. He just touched the yellow line. I was about to say he saved it, but the caution is out. We got cars wrecking. Gary Shank, and is that the 13?
Man, I can't catch up to him here. Jeffrey Coaches. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, boy, he really lost it going into turn 1.
And yes, it is the 13 of Dwayne LaPrade that's involved in that with Gary Shank.
Oh, my. Yeah, that's what brought out the caution, I believe. Let's go back and see. Gary Shank looked like Gary got loose. No, I'd take that back. Looked like they just kind of met in the middle, and then that put Gary Shank up into the wall and come down and gathered up Dwayne LaPrade. Boy, Gary Shank hit that inside wall a ton. The whole back end of that car is destroyed. Well, a leader's staying out, but it looks like everybody behind him may have come down pit road. Terry Bellinger staying out. Len McNeese staying out. So we got a few guys that did stay out. But pit road right now is a flurry of activity. Our pole sitter on pit road.
I'll tell you what, who got bailed out on that was the 63 who got on that apron and was sideways through the corner. That bailed him out. He lost a couple positions instead of falling all the way to the end of the field.
Well, it's the 4th caution of the race so far, and for 17 laps, coming to 18 laps. And we got 37 laps to go, folks. We're a little past halfway. I don't think they can make it from here on fuel. Boy, and I surely wouldn't want to try to make it on tires, but I think we're probably going to be looking at one more pit stop anyhow.
I don't know. Man, with 9 gallons, I'm trying to figure out how many laps you can do on a full tank. I know it's a bunch. It's like 70 something, isn't it?
Oh, is it that much?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I thought. It's in the 60s, or it might even be 70.
Well,
It's such a little track.
maybe they can make it on fuel then. Maybe that's what some of these guys out front are hoping on, just more cautions, as long as they keep their car clean the rest of the way. I see Terry Bellinger's got a little damage on the front of his car.
Yeah, how about him making it back up to second place of the night he's had, huh?
Yeah, he was a lap down there earlier.
Second in the points, and Tom Clayton's marred back in 18th, so wow.
John Estes with a lot of damage on his car, too, in third. Rolando just coming off pit road in fourth. Michael Campbell fifth. Tony Gray back up to sixth. Robert Sharp seventh. Mark McFadden in eighth. Jeffrey Coaches in ninth. And Don Steves rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the 63. He's sitting back there in ninth, and he got saved by that caution flag, because had it not come out, he'd have got freight trained by everybody, and he'd have been back there in 18th or 19th.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He got bailed out big time. So, Merry Christmas, 63.
Yeah, there you go. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This could be Kern and Church's night. I don't know. He just doesn't seem to. He has trouble like toward the end of the race. It seems like each week, and I mean, he's had a couple of wins this season, but he just last week he had trouble. I think the week before he had trouble. So we're just kind of keep an eye on Kernan and see if he can make it here to the end with a win. That would be just really awesome. He's doing a good job here starting on the outside. I think that's the lane you want to be in. At least that's the lane he wants to be in, because it's working well for him. So I don't think Terry's going to be any trouble for him on this restart, but you just never know. Terry can surprise you. He can surprise you and pull out a good one here. A good restart and maybe get up there and lead some laps. He still has not technically led a lap yet. So get him going here, buddy.
I keep stirring up them gremlins over Kernan Church.
Yeah.
You're jinxing it.
Sorry.
All right, here we go. Waiting on that pace car to pull off, and there he goes. Late green flag, but the green flag is out, and we're racing again at Iowa, as we have 33 laps to go here tonight in the 6th race of the season for GAC.
Well, everybody got a good start that time. Tony Gray trying to get something working here as Rolando Arroyo comes up on Terry Bellinger. And Kernan Church tried something different that time, goes to the bottom, but gets a little loose coming out of the turn, but maintains that lead. Rolando on the inside of Terry Bellinger looks like he's going to make it stick and takes up that second place.
Tony Gray's not going to be far behind Rudy. He's going to be looking to do the same thing.
Oh, and he comes up on Terry Bellinger there really fast.
There he goes, making the move.
Going into turn one with a good move. That puts Terry back to Terry with a little bit of damage on that car. Now, he does have a good line, but boy, tough to make it stick up there.
He's fighting him off, though. He's
sure
trying.
Is. He sure is. Boy, here comes the whole crew behind him. Michael Campbell, Mark McFadden, and Robert Sharp all right there ready to get by Terry. Oh, Terry loose that time. No, I'm sorry. That was Tony Gray that got loose. Tony got really loose in the turn.
Terry fell way back, though.
Yeah, he checked up there because he would have got into the back of Tony Gray. Looks like Timothy Kelleher coming down pit road for unscheduled pit stop. Good battling going on back here. This is the race right here. Robert Sharp Mark McFadden on the low side, looking to see if he can get by Robert Sharp, but Robert passes him on the high side and makes it look
And we
pretty
got another
easy.
caution, Rudy.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Fifth of the evening, correct?
Oh, Chuck Shaw spinning around. Yeah, this is the 5th caution. Oh, let's go back and take a look at that. I think it was just a self-spin, but I could be wrong. Oh, he just had to check up going into the turn, or he would have got into the back of somebody there. I think that was John Estes. He would have got into the back of John Estes, so he had to check up pretty hard. Didn't hit, he barely tapped the wall, so hardly any damage on his car. So that's a good thing.
Well, Rudy, you said you wanted to talk to somebody. How about you bring Tony Gray up here?
Well, I can't drag anybody, so I'm going to have to talk to him in there.
All right, well, I'll let you handle that then.
All right. You want to talk to Tony Gray?
Yeah, let's talk to Tony. He's had a good run, and he might be a late contender here in this race.
Well, let's see if we can get a word in with him here.
Sorry.
Tony Gray, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, Rudy.
Well, Tony, it's been a little bit of slipping and sliding out there tonight. How's your car feeling on for you?
It's a little tight right here in traffic, Rudy. It was pretty good earlier, like I say, in clean air, but you get out here behind a bunch of cars, it's a little different.
Well, this being the 5th caution, you're up to 4th place. You haven't led a lap yet. What's the plan? You got a plan to try to get up there and lead a lap?
Not at the moment. We're still working on that, but we're going to see what holds out here. Just try to be a little patient and see how the cars fall.
Okay, buddy. Well, we wish you good luck, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you after a while.
Thank you, Rudy. We look forward to it.
All right. Don't have a plan right now, Scott, to get up there and lead a lap, but could have something in the works. We only got 25 to go, so he's not going to be able to wait too awful long.
Yeah, once that green flag drops, his mind will change, and the plan will be, let's get to the front.
Well,
At least that's always the plan for me when the green flag drops. It's time to start moving forward.
well, we've only had 3 leaders tonight. Marcus McFadden led 3 laps. Rolando led 5, and Kernan Church has led 52 laps. So definitely the guy to beat.
Hey, we'll see if he can close it out this week, or if them gremlins that you were stirring up just a few minutes ago are going to jump up and bite him again.
God, I hope not. I hope I didn't just jinx Tony by talking to him, so because I have a bad habit of doing that. Every time I talk to somebody, boy, the old gremlins get them. Well, for some reason, that should have been one to go right there, but guys must have not been lined up just right or something.
People are going to start denying to talk to you, Rudy. They're going to start refusing your interviews.
Yeah. No, my mic's not working.
Yeah, you won't hear nothing. It'll just be silence.
Yeah. I've had that before, but their mics weren't working. The other night I had one, got 3 people, their mics weren't working. I was like, wow, what are the odds of that? All 3 of them, you know? I mean, I didn't know going into the race that their mics didn't work, you know?
Want to pick my lotto numbers for me?
Well, we should get the one to go right here, I believe.
Yep. That'll leave us with 22 laps when we go to green flag.
Yes, sir.
We've had 5 cautions tonight. Hopefully this is the last one, Rudy.
Yeah, I'd like to see it go green the rest of the way. I mean, We've seen some good racing all the way around the track. I mean, back in the field, some really tough racing. So hopefully we see more of that. I'd like to see that all the way to the end, the last 22 laps. That would be really awesome.
Me too. They're approaching the 45-minute mark of the race, so they can still get it in under an hour. They were shooting for 50 minutes, but they're not going to hit that.
Yeah, they would have had to maybe just had 1 or 2 cautions to hit that. But we'll see. See how it goes here. Next 5
Get us
minutes.
going, Rudy.
Next 5 minutes, they can click a lot of laps down. You know. All right, pace car is in, and green flag is out. Off and going here at Iowa. What a great start by everybody.
All night long, Kernan Church is just like a rocket ship on that outside lane.
Yeah, you don't want to change that because, man, you don't want to change your luck by doing anything any different. Here comes Michael Campbell on the inside. And a
little tap.
Yeah, a little side bump there on Tony Gray. We got a couple spinning.
One's on pit road. No, they're good. One's on pit road. The other one kept it underneath the line there.
Yep, no caution. Robert Sharp, one of them that got into it. I'm not sure who the other one was.
Stacked up the field a little bit.
Yeah, it did. Vincent Benny back here getting overtaken. Let's see, trying to overtake. I guess he did overtake Mark McFadden. Michael Palmer back here on the high side. Oh, Vincent Benny stacks him up. Terry Bellinger, look at the power move. He just pulled on Don Steves right there.
Good move, Terry.
Man, go get him, Terry.
Running that Elvis paint scheme. He's got places to be, Rudy.
Boy, look at him stacked up back here. My gosh.
I'm telling you.
3 wide. Oh, no. Oh, Len McNeese getting the worst end of that deal. We got to go look at that. Oh, he is.
They tore him up good there.
Oh, my. A lot of really close racing right there. And they were 3 wide. I was watching that. They were 3 wide coming into the front stretch, and looked like John Estes comes right up and gets into. Is that John Estes? No, that's John Stanley. John Stanley gets into Len McNeese.
Shank's done. Prod's done. They're both into it again. Mark McFadden too. He's in it.
Oh,
you guys are gonna be done, Rudy.
Gary Shank. Oh man, Dwayne LaPrade, man. And then Len goes for a ride up on the wall there for a ways, and it looks like Dwayne LaPrade trying to miss him, but catches another piece of him. Wow. Okay, well.
Yeah, the 12 started that whole deal there by getting into the back of the 84, and when he went down and pinballed it into the inside wall, man, it was on from there.
Yes, sir. Well, that's caution number 6. We've had 5 lead changes, 17 laps to go right now.
Leader stayed out, huh?
Yes, sir.
Can't say that I blame him.
First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Oh, man, pretty much the whole front part of the field stayed out.
With as many guys that have been staying out the whole race, I can't say that I blame them. I'd have stayed out too, because then you had a bunch of guys stay out and gotta go up the front of the field on the restart.
Yeah, we got a few of them still on pit road. Gary Shank, Dwayne LaPrade, and Len McNeese still sitting on pit road. Timothy Kelleher retiring from the race. First one out of the race. He retired kind of early too. I was kind of surprised.
Might have had dinner plans or something.
Well, Kernan Church leading 61 laps right now, so definitely the one to beat. Man, he's just been totally on a rail tonight. Cannot do anything wrong. Knock on wood, I don't want to jinx him.
Not with those space shuttle restarts he gets on the outside. It's like he shot out of a slingshot.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
It's like the other guy just doesn't go every time. Hey, man, they wave the green flag. You can go on the bottom. but it doesn't look that way. It just looks like the guy on the bottom just sits there for a second and goes, huh?
Yeah. Well, with them,
Oh, I gotta go?
they kind of got to wait on the leader, and you can't pass them, so they just kind of sit there. And I can understand how that is, but allergies are kicking my butt tonight.
Looking forward to getting a little racing in after this race. I'm only going to have a little window to get it in before I'm off for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure are, Grant. Good racing. These guys really, I'm kind of surprised that this is kind of it's really kind of a bad track to give the character of this league. This league here, man, I'll tell you what, they are one of the best leagues to watch. They have very few cautions, so this is kind of uncharacteristic of them, but they really do put on a good show. Lots of good racing.
Yeah, this place gets the best of everybody.
I got some really tough guys out there. Tony Gray, Kernan Church, Rolando. Man, I'll tell you what, Tom Clayton, Mark McFadden, these guys are all really top-notch racers, so. Michael Campbell. We haven't talked too much.
Lights are out, Rudy.
We haven't talked too much tonight about Don Steves, and Don back in 6th place. So let's see if he can get her done. Vincent Vinny in 7th or 8th, one of the two. 7th, I guess.
I'll get us going, Rudy.
Yes, I will. Hopefully this will be the last one. We have 13 laps to go. Pace car heads for pit road. Green, green, green. Here we go. Oh, good start by Kernan Church. Rolando almost smoked the tires there if you caught that.
I did. I was watching it. You're right. He almost spun it out. But look at the big run he's getting here, Rudy.
Yeah, definitely. Boy, he is all over Kernan.
Tony Gray's up to 3rd.
Wants that high
Caution is
side.
out, Rudy.
Oh, wow. What happened? Oh, Marcus again. Wow. Let's go back and take a look at see what happened to Marcus. Looked like maybe he started getting loose.
So they'll wind him up and do it one more time.
He got into the outside wall. But that wasn't what happened, because it was Terry Walters. He got into the outside wall as well. I'm going to follow along with this because Terry Walters, he actually got bumped by the 27 there of Robert Sharp, but that wasn't what the caution was. It was Marcus and Chuck Shaw that got together. It looks like Marcus come down the hill into him, cut it down there pretty hard, and they kind of met in the middle, and that sent both of them around. Marcus right in front of traffic, and he gets pile drived by Terry Walters. Man, that was a hard hit. These guys
How many cautions is this? 6, 7?
7.
Wow.
I said this was uncharacteristic of these guys, but this is a tough track. I guess this is one of the reasons why I don't really like this track. I don't have good luck at it. I just have never been able to find a good line where I felt comfortable. I've watched other drivers. I've went out and tried to follow right in their tire tracks, and I've never been able to turn a good lap here. Maybe one good lap or something, and then that's it. I'm done. One and done.
That's fun. That's funny. You hate it, and I'm starting to fall in love with it. I've been racing here recently, and I like this place now. I just won an IndyCar race here. I think it was last week.
Oh, that's wild. Running Indy cars here. Oh my.
I was racing the national car around this joint this week a little bit, so it was fun. But you're right, the IndyCar, it's insane around here.
Yeah.
But it's good times. If you know how to drive the IndyCar, it's good times. I will say this about the fixed splits for the IndyCar series now in iRacing. They have cleaned it up a lot, and it's nothing like it used to be in the top split.
Yeah. Well, they're waiting on the one to go here. Going to be a short stint to the end. Probably about 8 laps or something. 7 or 8 laps. We'll see if the lights go off here. Nope.
Oh.
So it'll be about a 7-lap shootout to the end.
Hopefully this is the last caution. I know we keep saying that. We'll probably get one on the first lap, but hopefully it's the last one. I want to see the 16, the 22, and the 00 race for this win. Maybe even the 92 might have something for him.
Yeah. Well, Terry Bellinger's been pretty hot. I mean, he's been getting great restarts, and he's been able to pass good. So I wouldn't count Terry Bellinger out.
Old Elvis.
Yeah, there you go. Saying in chat here, IndyCar plus Iowa equals death. That's funny.
Eagles top 5 for me.
It is insane. I've done it here once, and I was like, oh man, that's crazy. It was one of the official races. I think I went in a practice room or something and tried it, and I was like, no, that's not for me. My reflexes aren't that good. We'll get them going one more time here, Scott. Let's see if they can make it to the end this time. It'll be 7 laps to go. They're all doubled up here waiting for that green flag to drop.
See if the 22 can get another one of them NASA-like launches here on the restart.
I'm sure he will.
They're counting him down on the launch pad now. Maybe this time the 16 will get the restart right. And yes, look at the 22 sleeping out there.
Yeah. But he's still got a good start.
Yeah, the 16 right there didn't go. The flag came out, and the 16 still waited on the 22 for some reason.
Yep.
Once the flag's out, you don't have to wait.
Michael Campbell on that high side. Look at the run he's getting up there. Oh, he gets up into the wall, though. That's going to open the door for Tony Gray to come in there.
And he did.
Yes, he did. Let's see if Michael can fight back on the high side. Nope, he's not going to be able to do it. He's just pushing up there, and we got another caution.
Another big one back there. They might get one lap.
Oh, Robert Sharp. We got several guys into it, so let's go back and see what happened here.
I'm going to tell you what, Rudy, on that last restart, when the 16 goes back and watches this, he's going to realize that he gave away this race on the restarts and definitely gave it away there because the green flag came out and the 22 still didn't go. But once the flag's out, you don't have to wait on the 22.
Right.
And he did. He waited on him before it looked like he started to go and then he stopped.
Okay,
don't get it, man.
We've got wrecking up here in the front. Looks like Jeffrey Coaches and the 31 of Michael Palmer get together. Coaches, I think he looked like he kind of went up the hill just a little bit right into the side of Michael Palmer. That's what started it. The number 12 of John Stanley with nowhere to go, and boy, guys are just like piling into Jeffrey Coaches here. Lots of wrecking going on that one. But Kernan Church still our leader.
That's why, Rudy, whenever I'm starting on either the inside or the outside, when I'm starting in the second position and you have to go off the flag and not the leader,
Yeah.
I don't pay any attention to the leader. I just pay attention to the flag coming out.
Yep.
Because had the 16 done that, he'd be your leader right now with 1 to go on this restart.
Yeah, they should have about a 1-lap shootout. And if Kernan gets a start, like he does every time, it's like you said though. If Rolando could just get a launch there on that start, he would be the leader coming to the flag. But I don't know. With Kernan on that high side, he's just been really able to find something up there where there is a lot of grip and been able to get a good launch off the turn. So with only 4 turns looking at him, he could be our winner.
Well, on that last restart, he was asleep at the wheel. I'm not sure what his strategy was, but he got away with it. That could have been them gremlins that you were stirring up, Rudy. They just his brain stopped for a second on that restart.
Yes, sir. I was just thinking maybe we had to get down there and talk to Rolando.
If you want to go down there and stir up some more demons with him. I think he's thinking about his restart right now. I think we better just leave him alone because he needs to get this restart right. And He's had some tough ones tonight, so.
All right, we'll leave him alone. No gremlins for him. No bad luck.
We'll let him focus, and maybe he's listening to the broadcast, and maybe he realizes his mistake there if he's not listening to the broadcast, and maybe he'll go this time when the green flag comes out, regardless of what the 22 does.
Well, the win could be in his hands if he can do it now. Here's a good question. Tony Gray going to be starting in third right behind Rolando. If Rolando doesn't go, that could ruin the chance for Tony Gray to get into victory lane. And if they don't go, that's gonna open it up for Kernan Church to pull away on this last lap.
And it looks like this guy ended under caution.
It is. It's not. We're not even going to get back green.
Nope.
They're going to get the 1 to go next time, and it'll be over.
Yep, they'll get the white flag with the lights out on the pace car.
Yep.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I really thought they would get. Well, I think the field was just so spread out right there. If they would all got bunched straight up, they probably would have saved that and had a 1-lap shootout. But the field is so spread out. iRacing, when you're spread out like that, they just keep throwing a caution.
Maybe some guys wanted to see it end at this point.
Maybe. Well, looks like Kernan Church is going to be our winner.
Yeah, they can get around here one more time.
White flag is out. Rolando Arroyo in second, Tony Gray third, Michael Campbell fourth, and Terry Bellinger bringing it home fifth tonight. Great job.
Where's old Tom Clayton at? Where'd he finish tonight? Sixth, right behind Terry. Yep. He made up a lot of ground there at the end.
Yeah, he sure did.
Well, Rudy, as always, it was a pleasure calling the race with you, buddy.
Yeah, it was fun. Even though
yes, sir, I enjoyed this race.
Even though they had a lot of cautions, it still was a lot of fun, and
I always have fun on these races with you.
Once you run up there and tell them I'll be up in just a second, and we'll interview them all up there.
All righty, 10-4.
How about if I take first, you take second, and I'll take third?
You want me to take a Rojo? Okay. You want me to take a Rojo? All right, I'll do that.
Well, what? You don't want to?
No, I will. I was just talking about the restarts and stuff. I'm definitely going to ask him about it.
Well, why don't you take first? I'll take second. And you take third.
No, I'll take second. I got second.
All right.
I'll go up there and let him know.
Roger that. All right, folks, we'll be with you in just a minute here. They're going to let them know I'm coming up there, so they're not all like talking and stuff, and we'll give them a quick second here. All right, I'm going to run up there and. Okay.
I thought you were celebrating a little too early.
Kernan Church.
No, I went to.
Kernan Church, you got a copy? All right. Well, Man, what a win here tonight. Leading, let's see, how many laps did you lead? 77 laps. That's amazing. And we were watching on every restart. You just seemed like, as Scott put it, he said it was just like you were launched off of a launching pad, like a rocket. So, man, what was your secret?
You know, the only thing I could do is just try to stay ahead of Rolando on those restarts, and I just went from second on. They kept changing the restart line. I noticed because sometimes it would start earlier, sometimes later, so you just had to be ready for it at any time.
Yeah, we noticed that too. It was, man, there was a couple times it was really late, starting. But you bring home the victory here tonight. Can you tell us any good parts of the race? I mean, I know it was really tough to stay out ahead of Rolando, but any parts of the race that you were kind of a little bit worried you might not be able to pull off the win?
The whole last part of the race when I didn't pit, since I only pitted the one time on 27 and everybody else went ahead and took tires, I was kind of nervous there, but luckily I kept ahead of Rolando and the cautions kept coming, and didn't help the cause still because he was right behind me, but it made it a little bit easier because I knew because I was the leader. So.
Well, after recent weeks, you've had some kind of poor luck finish and having a good finish. Win tonight, definitely a good one to have in your pocket. Are you happy with this win?
Yeah, I'm happy with it because then I showed him that I can turn left and right and left on a short track, so it's kind of nice.
There you go. There you go. Okay, well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Kernan?
I want to thank Dean for putting on the league races every week. It's a blast. I want to thank you at MaxSpeedTV and Agassiz Speedway.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kernan, and congrats on your win.
Thank you.
All right, Scott, you got
Rolando.
second. You got second?
Yeah, yes, sir. Rolando Arroyo, you got a copy, buddy?
Hey, Scott, you got my last name figured out. Nice job.
Tell me about that last restart, Rolando. What happened, man?
Scott, I don't think I had anything for the 22 car. He was a car to beat. I thought I would have a chance there. He had about 20 extra laps on those tires, but he was running a line that nobody else could figure out. I was just kind of hoping he would make a mistake there, being up on his bumper, but he didn't.
Well, he actually made a mistake there on that last restart. The green flag came out. He didn't go, and you waited for him to go. You didn't have to at that point. You could have just went, and you would have been the leader there at the end, possibly.
Yeah, I probably could have gone the rest of the evening without hearing that.
Well, I apologize for that, but that was, I just spotted it when the flag came out. You didn't go, and he didn't go, and I was just like, wow, what was that?
Yeah, to Casey's point, you really had no clue when they were going to drop the green flag here.
Very true, very true. Well, you still brought it home second, man. You started on the pole tonight. You finished second. You had a great run. How's the field finish second tonight?
Yeah, I haven't had a top three in a while, so this one was nice.
Are we going to see, when we come back from break, you guys are taking a week off next week when we come back at Talladega. Are we going to see the Purdue paint scheme again this season?
Oh, I'm surprised you even know. Yeah, possibly. I think I may have to find the paint guy who did that and paint me up a new scheme. Possibly.
Right on. Yeah, this is coming from a Notre Dame guy. I noticed it wasn't out there. And I don't know. They're not on the schedule no more, but I missed it being on the track, so be good to see it back.
I hear you, Scott.
Hey, anybody you want to thank tonight, Rolando?
Yeah, you guys up in the booth doing a tremendous job, tied in there with MaxSpeedTV. Dean obviously putting on arguably hands down the best league in racing, Agassiz Speedway, and our men and women serving overseas.
Right on, Rolando. Well, good job tonight, man, and we'll see you in a couple weeks at Talladega.
All right, thanks, Scott. Thanks, Rudy.
You're very welcome.
Rudy.
All right, Tony Gray, you got a copy.
Gotcha, Rudy.
Well, you come in third tonight. Boy, I'll tell you what, it was looking a little bleak there earlier. We thought, man, oh man, you're just not going to make it up there. But you battled hard, fought your way up through, started sixth tonight, finished third, I'm sorry. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with that, Rudy. Like I say, didn't turn out right there to start quite like I'd planned, but racing never does. So, like I said, I just kind of sit back there, regrouped, and try to be a little patient and work my way back up there. But kind of things just fell in my favor tonight.
Well, it was a good race. A lot of cautions, but a good race overall. It was exciting. There were a lot of really tough battles going on back in the field. But we noticed that it was more battles going on back in the middle of the pack than there was up in the front or in the back. So you saved it. You know you got a little damage on the car. You finished the Bass Tracker car just looking a little beat up there coming across the finish line. But how was it driving tonight? And how did your race go for you?
Well, like I said, it went really good. I mean, as the race went on, the car just seemed to get tight, and plus in traffic, just it was taking my line away that I really wanted to run, and it was hard to get in the corner and through the center like I really wanted to, and it's kind of what held me up. Just had to kind of figure out a little different way around it, and but besides that, everything worked out good, I think.
Good deal, good deal. All right, well, anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to thank Agassi Speedway for coming on board, especially Dean, for putting this league on. I know it takes a lot of work day in and day out to get this thing up and going, and you guys up in the booth, getting it out there for everybody else to watch. So we definitely appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Tony, and congrats on your third spot tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right, well, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go ahead and run down through the results here. All right, let's get through the results, and we'll let you know where everybody finished. Kerner Church coming home the winner here tonight. Rolando Arroyo in second. The race finishing under caution, by the way. Tony Gray in third. Michael Campbell fourth. Terry Bellinger fifth. Tom Clayton in sixth. Don Steve seventh. Vincent Vinny eighth. Mark McFadden ninth. And Jeffrey Coaches 10th. John Stanley in 11th. Terry Walters 12th, Dwayne LaPrade 13th, Chuck Shaw 14th, Michael Palmer 15th, Marcus McFadden in 16th, John Estes 17th, Robert Sharp 18th, Gary Shank 19th, and Len McNeese 20th. Timothy Kelleher rounding out the field, leaving early. I don't know exactly what happened with Timothy, but anyhow, he rounds out the field in 21st position. So again, I'll get back up here to our leader. Again, congratulations to Kerner Church here for a great victory at Iowa tonight for 85 laps for GAC. Thanks for watching tonight, folks, on MaxSpeedTV, and we will see you tomorrow night for Maximum Speed Racing, and I believe they are at Daytona with the B cars, so that'll be an interesting race too. So tune in then. Till then, stay safe, folks, and have a good night.